Hello, Soldier Boy here, and this is me in Daily Race B this week. I'm only going to be able to do one set of the daily races, mainly due to time constraints and trying to fit in Nations Cup and work and things like that. So this is just Daily Race B. I did a race pre this race and I'd finished second. I was really impressed with myself. I've set a decent, or I believe to be a decent qualifying time of a 1:30.7, which I believe is pretty good. I'm back in the automatic, before anyone thinks I'm in a manual. I'm still in the automatic. I did try with the manual. I couldn't get anywhere close to my automatic time. Still struggling a little bit with that. But if you do like the videos, want to see more GT Sport content or any other content on the channel, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, and like the video. So we've got a couple of races. I say couple, it's 4 races, but it's 3 races and a bit of one. As you'll probably tell from the title, there is a really good race coming up, but that's not just yet. So this is my second race of the evening. Like I said, the first racer comes second. We're in the Aston Martin Vantage. Not my favourite car of the Aston Martin Group 3 cars. I prefer the DBR9 personally. I use it a lot. I've only just started using the Vantage a little bit. But we're going to qualify in 5th place, which is not a bad start. The only problem I found with this car is if you're not used to it, you cannot put the power down as quickly as you can in other cars. It struggles a little bit of wheel spin when you're trying to put the power down. You have to be a little bit more gentle with it. That's the one thing I did find. But off the start, got a little bit of wheel spin off the start. I've got to work on that. But we're heading to the first corner. I do have an issue with this first corner. I tend to brake too much on the start. I don't have an issue later on, but on the start I'm probably a little bit slow through there. 2 cars got off ahead of us and we're going to be promoted straight to 3rd place. They all got tangled up with each other. We'll take that every day of the week. 3rd place is now ours. Now can we close down on 2nd place? We have got 4th trying to take us on the inside, and they've made the move stick. One car's gone wide. The leader went wide on exit of the corner. We're going to go straight onto Mystic Matt's tail there. Try and get this 3rd place back. We're going to keep it round the outside for the corner, leaving plenty of room on the inside. Nice close wheel-to-wheel racing, very clean, which is always a good thing. We're going to take the inside for this corner. Went in a little bit deep. We're going to lose momentum and drop back down to 4th. Struggled with this section of the track. Even in qualifying laps and in races, for some reason I'm slowest through that section. I don't know if it's because of my line. I have tried different lines. I just can't seem to get that bit completely right. And the same with this corner. I struggle in terms of either going too fast, too slow, and trying to get that medium that works without getting a track limits penalty. Got in the final corner nicely. It's a penalty for the car ahead of us, further up the road. But we're in 4th place at the end of the first lap. That's 1 place net gain from where we started. It's never a bad thing. We'll take that all day long. 2nd has gone extremely wide on the first corner. He's also the one with the penalty, so that will bring him back towards us, which is what we want at this point. Podium would be good, especially after a 2nd place in the first race, which isn't on video because it didn't record. But yeah, 2nd has the penalty. We need to make sure we're close enough to take advantage of this. I don't know, we're going to be tight. We're going to look for the inside. He's going to swerve a couple of times under braking to put us off a little bit. That's fine. He's gone extremely deep into the corner, so we're going to take 3rd now. He didn't want us to go on the inside. He didn't want us to go on the outside. He weren't happy wherever we went. He wasn't going to give us any room. So it kind of serves him right for going deep there. He was concentrating too much on us and not on himself. He's looking up our inside. We've got a touch from behind though, as the car in 4th has now just a little hit us forward. We're okay. We've held it together nicely. It was only a little touch. Didn't really affect us too badly. Still chasing down 2nd. A little bit of a skid, and then we got hit again from the car in 4th. We actually, I think that sent him off after he touched us. So at least that's given us a little bit of breathing space to the car behind now. The third place, start of the third lap, first corner. We've got to catch these two. We're a little bit off their pace, not by much, but enough that I'm not actually making a headway. I think that's a penalty for first place as well there. So that will help us. That will pull him back a little bit, but I don't think it'd be enough for us to take him. We lost a little bit of time in that first corner there. Trying to keep the car together. That's the worst corner. Second corner is the worst corner for this car getting out of control if you put the power down too much and too quickly. That's something to be aware of. I do like the nice tight line into this corner. Whether it's the fastest line, I'm not 100% sure. I have practiced a few other lines, but I prefer that one. And here we go, my least favourite part of the track, where I seem to lose most of my time. Still trying to catch second place. They are a little bit up the road. And the first of those penalty and kept first place. As we head into the final corners of the third lap. Maintaining third. So 2 laps to go. Currently on the podium in third place. Cannot say that's a bad mid-race point, to be fair. I'll take that. But first and second, they are getting away. I'm just not able to maintain the pace and be consistent enough to be anywhere near them at this point. Second corner, braking nicely, taking it very nicely there. A bit delayed on the power just to keep the car under control. We're doing well. We're being consistent, or as consistent at our speed as we can be. But yeah, we are still lacking a little bit of lap time that we need to try and get back. Second, it seems to be making a move in first there. They are battling. That will hopefully bring them a little bit back towards us as they lose a little bit of time. That's what we need. And then we get hit from behind by, I don't know if that's the same car that did it earlier and he's back on our tail or not, but he hits from behind there. Didn't really affect us, luckily. Little bit of a skid. Car's right on our tail now. He's probably going to get us onto slipstream as well. We've got touch from behind again as we enter the last lap. They're still battling up ahead. We've got to keep on them. Car behind is going to have slipstream. We're just trying to keep our own line, not forcing anything here. He's going to try for the inside, I think, on the second corner. So we're going to brake a little bit earlier than I normally do, just because I want to give him room. He's got a penalty anyway. I've gave him room to go past. As soon as I saw the penalty, there was no point fighting him, because he's not going to unduly affect us at this point of the race. He can still come back at us though. That's the big thing. He's going to have slipstream as well. They're both fighting tooth for now, first and second at this point. Oh, we've got all out of shape on the exit of the corner, but managed to hold it together. Fourth isn't far behind though. This is going to be a tight finish wherever we're going to come. Fourth is right on us now. We know he's not afraid to hit us from behind, so we've got to be a bit wary of that. And again he's hit us from behind. That's going to compromise our line into the corner. Do manage to hold it together though. He's going to go for a move on the inside. Guaranteed he'll go for a move on the inside. A little bit defensive but not massively. A little bit of a touch as he goes past us. And into the last. I did have a look for the inside. Thought we'd give it a go. He manages to hold on. We're going to take fourth place. I could say the touches made that more difficult than it should have been. But fourth place, we're one up from where we started. That's not bad. It's just a shame. Touches from behind. And it counts for us as a clean race. It's not a bad start to proceedings. So we move on to the third race of the night, second in the video. In this race we're not going to see it all. It will become very obvious why we don't as the race goes on. We will at least see the start. We qualified in second. Very happy with that. A lot of people using the Vantage. Other people going for different, a few other cars they've put involved. Hurricane, which is a nice car, struggles under braking, and the BMW, which I've not really used. To be fair, it's something I might have to look at some point. I've seen a few people using it now. Doesn't mean they qualified with that car. It's just a car they're using in race. And I normally would change up my car, but I just thought I'm going to do same car. Get used to the car, used to the track. I tried a few other cars in qualifying and couldn't get close to qualifying time, to be fair. So we looked up the inside at the first corner. We were a little bit slow, got a little touch from behind for third place there. First went a little bit wide. What I'm finding though, if you only go a little bit wide to start the race, you don't seem to get a penalty. Whereas normally if you go wide at the first corner during the race, you will get a penalty. It just seems to be a little bit of leniency on the start of the race. So we've gone a little bit deep into the first corner, so that's dropped us a little bit back in first place, but we want to push. We want to maintain our position, but at the same time we do want to try and push first place. I believe we've got the faster car at this point. Braking for the corner, and I've got it all wrong. I'm going to touch the gravel. I just couldn't get the car turned around, and we're going to end up in 6th place. So my own fault, poor driving on my part, trying to push too much to catch first when I had the rest of the race to do it. I didn't need to push as hard as I did. So completely my fault. One car does have a penalty ahead, so that will help us, that will bring him back. But yeah, disappointing. Qualified second, and now we're under pressure from 7th as well. He's going to take the inside for the next corner. We've managed to hold on to 6th. A couple of cars going wide, hoping for penalties. Yeah, 2 cars went wide. They both get penalties. That will bring them completely back towards us, which is what we need. Braking for the first. And there's a little bit of an incident here. So I don't think I touched 5th. Don't think 6th touches, but we're going to take a second penalty. I can't tell you. I've watched it back several times now, slowed it right down. I can't even tell you what that's for, but it will get worse than that. But yeah, we're going to take a second penalty. We're going to look at the inside anyway. Take 4th. He gets it back. We've all got penalties. I'm going to have the largest one though, and we're going to take a penalty. We're now going to slow it down. We're going to skip 1 lap ahead, so we're now on lap 3. There we go. We're slowing it down for the corner. We're all the way back into 9th after taking our 1 second penalty. And this is the most unfair penalty I've yet to receive, I'm pretty sure. We took a lovely move up the inside. Very clean racing by the guy in 8th who let us go. Car 7th gets all out of sorts on the edge of the track, on the gravel, and he comes back and hits us off the track. We had nowhere to go. It wasn't our fault. It's going to spin us round into the gravel. We're going to get a 4 second penalty being unable to avoid someone who'd spun. How is that our fault? I've never had that happen that badly to me. 4 seconds for a car that spun and hit us off onto the gravel. We would have been alright in that race if it weren't for that, to be fair. And then we're going to come to the last corner of the race. We're in 13th. A bad race. 1 mistake from myself, and then a massive error as far as the penalty system is concerned, as far as I'm concerned. 13th place. Not happy at all with that. One thing I haven't mentioned, my DR rating is C. I didn't realise the last set of daily races last week I actually tanked it down from B to C. I'd lost quite a bit. I didn't even realise I'd done it. So we're going to have to try and get that back up. So 3rd race, 4th race of the night, with 3rd race on video. We actually qualify in pole position. Now I've had a couple of poles before, just not very many. But I'm very happy with that. It shows that I do have a good qualifying time. So I'll take pole position any day of the week. Now I do warn you, this race may be a little bit boring. I don't want to spoil it, but you can probably guess what's going to happen next. But anyway, off we go. Try and improve the starts by not going full acceleration right off the bat. Trying to slow accelerate seems to work better for the car, get up to speed quicker. Still a little bit uncertain about its first corner. We're going to hit from behind, a massive hit from behind, as the car behind us just doesn't brake for the corner. But if anything, that just propels us forward. And off we go in our pole position. It's all ours now. We can only control our own destiny at this point. We've just got to be very consistent, very clean. The cars are on our tail, but that's okay. They've still got to get past us. We're going to have a massive advantage. The big thing with this track, overtaking cleanly is difficult. There's only certain parts of the track you can do it cleanly. A lot of cars will try moves in places they shouldn't, and then they wonder why they get penalties. It is difficult to overtake on this track if you haven't got the slipstream and aren't close enough in the right places. But we'll carry on. We're still in first. I can't get used to saying that, but I will over time, hopefully. Just trying to increase the gap between me and the car in second. Taking the corner fairly well. A little bit of skidding, we're not too bad. Just being a bit careful with the power and how I'll put it down. We're going to cross the line for the end of the first lap. First place. First place. I thought I'd have bottled it by now, but I didn't. I've still got first place. Into the first corner. Little bit slow into there, could have gone a little bit quicker. But we are creating a gap. And that's what I need at this point. Need a gap between me and second. Second corner not too bad. Thought it took a decent line. Got it right. Got to avoid. You got to be as close to the sleeping policeman as possible, but avoid hitting him. Braking for the corner. Keeping a nice tight line, which is faster in the first phase of that corner, but second phase, like in qualifying, I've noticed the second phase of that corner I lose a little bit of time, whereas the first phase I'm quicker. So I don't know if it kind of evens itself out. This is the bit I struggle with, just getting the right line from there. And this corner, I've tried several different lines. We're going to go onto the grass and skid a little bit. I did think, oh no, I've lost it. I've messed it up for myself there. But I survived, I'm okay. I did think, oh, I've ruined it for myself. Before I bowled it again. I've done that a few times, been in first and completely bottled it when it should have been an easy win. We're into the last, end of the second lap. We're going to still be in first position. Decent gap to the car in second. That's the main thing for us. Currently got the fastest lap as well, which will always be a bonus. First corner pretty well taken. Just trying to increase that gap to the car second. The bigger gap, the more my mistakes won't be punished. I thought I took that perfectly. Right on the edge, hit the apex nicely. I thought that was a lovely corner. I've noticed a lot of people also with this track saying brake on the cones. Don't brake on all the cones. So don't. You'll be a lot slower than other people. If you've noticed, there's a few cones I missed. Second corner, I brake after the cones. Here I brake after the cones, but then this bit I am slow on. Some of the cones, yes. The first corner ones, I'm normally braking just after the double cones, whereas a lot of people I've seen are braking on them. But that's down to personal preference. It also depends on positioning and everything else like that. So we're gaining a decent gap to the car in second now. Taking the last, end of the third lap. Little bit sideways coming out of the corner, but managed to hold the car together well. The end of the third lap, still in first place, and a new fastest lap. So far, the only person who can ruin this is me. And I'm hoping I don't. But it's been known to happen in the past. Here we go, second corner. Again, you'll notice I brake after the cones, just before the white line. Didn't hit the apex as well as in the last lap, but that's okay. We're still doing okay. Got a decent gap to the car behind now. At this point, I am thinking, I'm not even thinking about winning. I'm thinking about just driving and just keeping it clean, consistent. No silly mistakes. That's the big thing. It takes one silly mistake and it's all over. No skidding this time, so kept it nice and tidy through there. Couple of corners to go and then we're on the last lap. I think that's the thing when you're leading the race, don't think about winning. Just carry on concentrating and think about what you're doing. I think I've made that mistake a few times in the past. I'm winning a race and I've been too focused on, oh, I'm going to win. Doesn't do you any favours. You will lose concentration and you will tend to make a mistake that could cost you the race. So at this point, yeah, I'm just not thinking about winning. Getting all the corners in properly, just trying to hit every apex, trying to be consistent. We've still got a decent gap to the car behind, just need to maintain that. Second corner, getting that near enough spot on for my liking. Only when I come out of that final corner can I think about winning. Got the car all over the place there. That was a rubbish corner for myself. Glad I had the gap to the car behind to soften that blow. I really thought I'd messed things up for myself. But luckily held it together. Managed to keep myself in first. That gap that I've been working on for the past 4 laps has definitely made a difference. Last couple of corners now coming up. Can we keep this together? I've seen cars bin it at one of these corners. So we've just got to keep it together. Even if we're a little bit slower in them, it's okay. Taking the last. And there we go, across the line. First place. My first win in a while, but it's first place. Yeah, slightly. I wouldn't say it's cheating. Like I said, it's automatic. I qualified in automatic. I won the race in automatic. So I wouldn't call it cheating. But a win's a win. We got a clean race and a pole position. And here we are, final race of the evening. So we've just won a race. We've had a podium. What can we do with this race? We actually qualified in 3rd this time. A little bit disappointed considering I qualified in pole, but then my drive rate would have shot up because of the win. That's the big thing. So 3rd place. We've just got to try. I want a podium. It's got to be a podium to finish it off, especially starting in 3rd. But then I've had these kind of starts and messed it up for myself. That's the thing. The only person that can mess this up is me. And it's by making silly mistakes and being a little bit too aggressive at times when I don't need to be. Decent start. Got to not be as hesitant into the first corner because that does put us under pressure from 4th. So braking a little bit later. No pressure from behind, so that's good. 1st and 2nd, we are catching them. They are fighting a little bit. Now we've got a decision to make. We don't want to be 3 ways into the 2nd corner, and we're looking in the middle line. We're going to touch 2nd place. I had nowhere to go. I tried to look at the middle. They closed the gap between the two of them and sandwiched me. Unfortunately, I touched 2nd place. We're going to lose the 3rd to the guy on the inside for this next corner, Spanish guy. But we're going to outbrake him. But then go deep and then hit the gravel. That's not good. Get the car back on track. We're now down in 6th. 6th place from a 3rd place start. Podium is not looking good at this point. We've got to try and get this back. Same corner I've made mistakes on before. When I'm battling, I kind of bottle that corner instead of being consistent and clean for it. That's the problem. Now it's a catch everyone up time, which is doable. If I'm as fast as I can be, it is doable. I need them all to fight though. Extremely hard. But 6th place at the end of the first lap, so a net loss of 3 positions. 4 laps to go though, it's all to play for. They're not really getting away, that's the big thing. So at this point I'm not even focused on them, I'm focused on being clean myself. And just consistent lap times, that's the big thing. I can't focus too heavily on them because I won't catch them, so I'll just make mistakes. 2nd corner. A little bit hesitant on turning. As you may have seen, I turned in twice, that's never good. A little bit slower through there than I should have been. But we need them to be making mistakes. Tried a different line into the corner, I felt it was slower. But I just thought I'd try something different. I'm not playing it safe, I am pushing, but I am trying to concentrate on my own race, ignore the ahead of us at the time being. So near the end of the 2nd lap, still in 6th place. I wouldn't say it's will to will action, but we're trying to make up for our mistake, and it was only us that made us lose in 3 positions. So end of lap 2, still in 6th. Got a healthy gap to the car in 7th, but we do need to catch the cars ahead. We need mistakes or something, otherwise we're going to be stuck in this position. They look like they're fighting coming into the 2nd corner though. Now we've caught them up. We've definitely caught them up by the looks of things, as they're fighting for positions. We got all out of sorts in the corner. Managed to just hold together. So all that time we clawed back, we've lost a little bit more of it. Went back to our normal line. The other line I just didn't like. It just felt so much slower. But now we're on our slowest part of the circuit that I'm not particularly fond of and can't seem to get right. But we are making inroads. We are catching. Not massively quickly, but it all counts. We need them to start making mistakes and fight though. Otherwise, we're not going to get anything out of this. So end of the 3rd lap, 2 laps to go and we're still in 6th. Still trying to catch. We know we're faster, but at the minute it's just not enough. Fifth kind of cut a lot of that corner. I kind of followed him through, to be fair. He did seem to cut quite a bit of it, but it hasn't penalised him for it. So maybe you can cut that more than people do. So we are catching still, we are getting there. 5th has completely binned it at the end of 2nd corner. He just got on the power far too quickly and spun the car out. So we're going to take that position, we've gained another one back. Still need 2 to gain to get on the podium, and they're right in front of us. We are catching them. 1st is gone. I'm pretty sure 1st is out of the picture at this point. But we're getting there. 1 lap to go to get anything out of this. It's going to be close. I'm not sure we're going to have the legs on us to do it, unfortunately. But you never know. Final corner of the lap. Fourth has cut that corner horrifically. He's got to get a penalty for that, surely. I think he's going to get away with it, which is surprising. And not good for us. Second and third are fighting. Fourth again has gone deep into the corner. He's got to start getting penalties for some of these, surely. I see second and third are fighting hard into the corner. We need them to come together, really. There's still time, just. A little bit of a touch between second and third there. So jostling for position. We're going to look down the inside now for fourth. Not quite managed to keep it there. We're going to get all out of sorts. Fourth has gone off and completely binned it there. And there's a penalty now for third. We needed them to fight. And we needed to be close enough to take advantage. We did. And we have. I think we may get third place if we keep this clean. We just got to watch out for third. I don't want him taking us out just because he's messed up. He knows his race has been messed up now in this final lap. I just don't want to be caught up in his shenanigans. Don't want him taking us out. There he is. He takes his penalty. We're going to take third place. Now can we just hold it through these last two? And then we'll have another podium. We can hold it through the last. Penalty for second. That's not going to affect us. We're not close enough for him. And we're going to take third place. That's another podium to finish this off. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Proving that you can get podiums and first places and pole positions all with an automatic. I am aiming to use a manual, as you may have seen with the Learn to Drive videos, but currently I'm proving you can still win in an automatic. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.